Hi, YouTube family. Welcome to PeaceOfRen, where we drop gems and we speak for them. I got a story time for y'all. So, a long time ago, somewhere deep in the, I don't know. I had a plan for a way that I was about to start telling this story, and apparently I forgot what that's about to look like. Okay, so we're just gonna roll with it. I wanted to tell y'all about this one time that I accidentally led a company walkout. Like, I accidentally led a strike, y'all, for this company that I used to work at. I didn't mean to. I wasn't trying to. It wasn't my intention. I didn't even know it was gonna happen. And it wasn't even my fault. Let's start there. Okay. So I used to work for Arby's back in the day. And man, I had some good times. I can't even lie. That is a pretty good company. But I was an assistant manager, right? And I love my team. I love my crew. Like, those were my babies. And my area supervisor at the time used to always kind of be on me, because she like, you can't be having your emotions all invested up in here and stuff, and you gotta, and like, yeah, but I still care about people. So like, I still would, look out for my team and stuff, because that's just the kind of person that I am. And so it was me, another assistant, and the GM as the salary managers of the team, right? And what had happened was, I was at work, just a normal work day. And I'm not gonna lie, at the time, I was kind of going through stuff because I was going to therapy. I literally was like, I was diagnosed with like minor to moderate depression and anxiety, okay? And so yeah, I'll be having a hard time. I did my best to keep my stuff at home. It's not like I came in there talking about my stuff. I'm not gonna pretend like my mood didn't get to me sometimes, but I still did my best, and I kept it pretty, like the guests and stuff didn't know, and the team, like, I didn't feel like it really impacted or it rubbed off on them. So at the end of my shift, literally, I was getting off. The other assistant walked in. Mind you, the other assistant wasn't even working that day. I was working and the GM was working. The other assistant walks in at the time, around the time that I'm about to get off. And I was like, okay, why is she here on her day off? But whatever. She definitely was like an overachiever. So, or that's how she portrayed herself to be. So even though I thought it was weird, it was kind of like, whatever. Normal for her, I guess. And she went to the back to talk to the GM. Cool, fine, whatever. I went to the back to get some stuff to stock. They asked if they could talk to me. And I'm like, I don't like it, because what do y'all need to talk to me about? I don't really have issues with them, but their attitudes was like, I know I sound like a child if I say they was mean, but like, they was kind of mean. Yeah, my emotions could get like caught up in my job, but I still was professional. I still handled myself in a way where, like, I kept that store running, honey, okay? Because I ran that store by myself for 9 months. Even when I tried to step down from a salary position, I still had to keep the store running. Like, I do this, ordering trucks, making schedules, running, physically being in the store, running the store, like, order inventory. Yeah, it was crazy, but I did it. But anyway, so they pulled me aside and asked if they could talk. And they pretty much said something along the lines of like, my attitude, and I be coming in there sad and down, and it really affects the environment or something. And they felt like it would impact the team. And so they had to let me go. So they fired me. They terminated me, right? I started crying. I said okay, but I was like shocked, because I was like, wait, huh? You're firing me? And I didn't have no backup plan. I was in another state. Like, I was dating somebody at the time, but it's still like, these are my bills. This is my house. I have a car. I have, like, you're like, what? So I was like, okay. I started crying. I grabbed my stuff and I'm getting ready to leave. And the girls that was there working, I was like, wait, what's going on? And I was like, they just fired me. And one girl, she was like, we was cool. She was like, then I'm leaving. And she was working back line making sandwiches at that time. So she got off the line. She's like, no, I'm not doing this. Then I'm leaving. So she walks out the store right behind me. That's immediately. I go sit in my car. I'm bawling my eyes out because, like, I just lost my job. I don't have a backup plan. I'm out here by myself. I don't know what I'm supposed to do. I have all these responsibilities. I'm shocked. Why would I be fired? Like, I didn't do nothing wrong. I am a beast for this company. Like, so we're sitting out there crying, and another girl that was on backline walks out. Mind you, she had worked there for like between 10 and 12 years at that time. She had been there that entire time. But when they wrongfully terminated me, she came out and she was like, I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it if you're not going to be here, because like what? I'm not worried for the people. So we sit in the car bawling. Now it's a shift change. So now closers are coming in. And these are my minors. So one of my minors pulls up. He like, what's going on? Why you out here? Why is she crying? What's wrong? I told him what happened. He like, the fuck this place. We not going in here. So he is refusing to work. And there was another minor that pulled up and we told her, and she got upset. And she didn't have a choice but to work. But she went inside and she was so sad. She just started crying and she couldn't work. So everybody that was on the shift had walked out. And the minor that had to work that night, she went in, but she just sat in the window crying. The assistant manager at the time, who went in on her day off to help fire me, left. So it was only the GM and the minor. It was only two people in the store, and it was a line around the building. And the girl that was running the drive-thru was the minor, and she was upset because they fired me. So she wasn't even working. So it was really only the GM who was working now, because everybody that was working that night walked out when they found out. So we leave, we go to my house. We like, I guess we gonna have a application party. We should start filling out apps because we all got bills. Like, y'all got responsibilities. Y'all can't just walk out behind me. They did not care. We started a Viva la Resistance thing on Snapchat at the time. So then news got around to everybody else who was working in the store. And I was like, what do you mean they fired you? So then everybody quit. Like, they was like, we're not coming to work if you're not working. So the news got around to the other people that wasn't working, and everybody was just like, we're not working. Like, what are you saying? We're not going back to that place. So the area supervisor, I text her and I was just like, I don't understand why you would want to fire me. I don't know what I did wrong. She ends up calling while we're in the middle of this application party. And she was like, what? And she was outraged. What do you mean they fired you? Because apparently, as a salary manager, only an area supervisor, only somebody outside of the store could fire me, basically. They had no right to fire me, right? So she was like, I'm coming down there. Mind you, she lived an hour away. So she had to drive an hour out here to meet with me and the other, because it was a shift manager who had walked out that had been there for 12 years. So then we went to go meet with her, me and the girl. I think it was just me and the shift manager. I went to go meet with her, and she was like, okay, what happened? And I explained. And she said, the part that I played in it, she was like, the whole store walking out behind you is insane. That's never happened in the history of Arby's history. We've never had a strike. We've never seen a walkout. We've never had a store of employees walk out behind one employee. And I'm just as shocked as you. She's saying this, and like in my head, I'm like, dang, like I did that. I'm still shocked though, because I lost my job, but now you're saying that I was wrongfully terminated. So I didn't really lose my job because they didn't have the authority to fire me. But she was saying it could be my fault. Well, my wrong in the situation is that everybody had walked out behind me. Because she like, what have you been saying to make them walk out behind you? I didn't have to say anything. Look at the way those salary managers treat them, and look at the way that I treat them. Do you want to work for them, or would you rather work for me? I didn't do anything. I didn't tell them nothing about the other managers that they didn't know or see on their own. I didn't do that mess. So she was upset with me for that because everybody had walked out. Then she was upset with the shit manager because she was like, you worked for this company for 10 plus years and you walked out. Like, what were you thinking? And she told her what I told her. Like, you try working for them and you let me know how it goes. I was the saving grace. I'm the only reason people like to show up to work. People work for me. Like, we could be in the trenches and we still gonna have a good time. We could be struggling, drowning, only, shorthanded with like 3 of us on a shift, and we're still gonna flow. I'm gonna make it as painless as possible for them. Try it out with them. See the difference? Exactly. So we ended up having to go to the store to talk to the other assistant, and the GM, and kind of understand what was going on. And they was telling her, like, because I be in there and I be sad, like, my mood impacts people. But if my mood impacted them because I'm sad, how come they left y'all and they walked out behind me? Exactly. So we basically had to have a little sit down and, like, apologies, and a conversation of, like, y'all don't have no authority to fire her, and whatever you doing that's getting these employees riled up to walk out behind you, don't do it. And it's just like, I'm literally not doing nothing but existing. I'm just showing up as myself. I literally can't help it that they love me. And so, yeah, that's really been coming up for me a lot lately. I've been having a lot of big dreams and goals and stuff, and I just have a lot of things that I want to do in life in general. But, like, sometimes I will get in my head about it, like, is that something that I could really accomplish? And I feel like every now and then this little accidental walkout pops up in my field, because, like, to remind me I'm really that girl. Because I didn't tell them anything. I literally cried, was like, I'm fired. The entire store walked immediately. And then the people that wasn't there was refusing to come in over the weekend. I had to call them and tell them I'm still working there so that they would come in, because they wouldn't believe anybody else. I directly had to say something. And then we had started a group chat with everybody who decided they wasn't coming. They started this big old group chat and added me in it. And it was like, Arby's can't run without you. Like, I fucking love my team. I had the best crew. I had the best. Those were my babies, man. Like, everybody, like, it's just love everywhere. So it just, I don't know, but I just feel like that's so cool. And a few people, like, know the story, and of course the people that was, like, a part of it, we made history. Like, my area supervisor, she said never in the history, because she had worked for that company for like 20 plus years, I think, or almost 20 years, I don't remember. She's like, never in the history of my job have I ever seen anything like this anywhere, but specifically this has never happened in the history of Arby's history. Like, I made history. And then when I let everybody know that I was coming back, one of the employees, he said, I don't know if y'all seen, like, Miley Cyrus when she was at the Moon Awards, and she came out and she was like, I'm a bad bitch, you can't kill me. Like, he said, that's you right now. And it was like, wow, that's really iconic. And I just have to remind myself that, like, I really did that. And it wasn't something that I planned. It was just because energy speaks for itself. Energy doesn't lie. So it's just like me just existing, me just showing up, me extending love, grace, compassion, and kindness to my employees, to my crew. Like, they stepped behind me. Some people got kids, some people got car payments, people got rent. They stepped behind me. We don't know where we're gonna go, but we're going. If you're going, we're out of here. Yeah. And yeah, I'm that girl, and I would do well to remember that. And I just wanted to share, because I feel like that's one of the most iconic things of my life. That's one of the coolest things that I've ever done. And it just happened naturally. Like, nobody could have told me people step behind you. Like, nobody could have told me that. So yeah, that was just a I don't know, just a quick little story time. That junk is so cool. Like, I'm so grateful. Like, thank God that I am who I am. Like, what do I be doing when I be out here forgetting? I be letting people make me feel like I didn't just make history. Like, and not even to sound dramatic. Like, that might sound dramatic, but I dead ass made history, y'all. Like, I went down as one of them ones. Mind you, I was like one of the youngest people that worked for the company. One of the youngest salary managers. And then, like I said, I was running that store with my eyes closed. Like, man, what a time to be alive. I really did. I love my crew, though. I'm grateful. I think about them, and every time they pop up, like, I just overall pray for their safety and well-being. It was definitely some times and some people that was a little bit like sketchy, but when it was time to step, they had me how I had them. And that's crazy because I would never ask them to leave their job. Like, when they're talking about they're quitting, I'm like, don't do that. Like, y'all have responsibilities. You don't have to do that behind me. And it was just like, no, I'm on the side of justice. We're with you when you're right, and you're right. And I just, oops. So yeah, I just wanted to share. So I think that's it. That's like the gist of everything, you know. No need to bother with the minor details because it doesn't matter. The point has been made. So yeah, this has been a story time about the time I accidentally led a strike, or this has been a story time about the time that I accidentally led a company walkout and I made history for this company. Yeah. So yeah. Okay. Love you. Bye.